Happy New Year and welcome to Gaga Knits podcast. My name's Anita and I live in South Wales in the UK, and it is a grey day today. It was sunny earlier on when I started trying to do this, but I faffed around so much trying to work out where to look and getting my notes ready that now I have to have an artificial light, so I'm sorry about that. I really enjoy watching podcasts and I've enjoyed watching Vlogmas very much, and I like knitting and crocheting, and I'm quite new to sewing, but I like doing that as well. And I thought filming a podcast would be quite fun. I've not done it before and it's just another craft really, so I should calm down a bit because I'm a bit nervous and I'm looking at the corner of a screen, which is really peculiar. But I can edit all this out if I learn how to do it. So anyway, first of all, I thought I would talk about the projects that I am working on at the moment. I have my first one, which is I have been working on forever, because every time someone asks me to knit something else, it gets pushed to the back. Is the Georgetown by Hannah Fettig, and I am knitting it with the Osterman Merino 105, which is a very nice blue, and I have done the body and the back and the front of the body, and really now I need just to do the arms, but I did run out of wool yarn and I had to order some more, and I think it was Only Love Knitting was the only one I could get it from, and it was out of stock. They very nicely ordered it in for me and now I have it here, but I had all my Christmas knitting to do and it got left behind. And another project I'm doing, which is really easy that I can do in front of the telly, which is in this lovely bag, which I had from So Now What, but she's called something else now and I was supposed to look it up, but I forgot. I would like to say, like a true podcaster, I'd put it in here or here, but I have no idea how to do any of that, so I probably won't be putting it anywhere, but if I can I will. I saw on the internet these Sirdar colour wheels, and this one is the autumn colours, and I thought it was so nice and a bit different, so I wanted to order one of those, and I wanted to do a shawl or a really nice sort of loose open neck covering of some kind that would show off the different colours, but I couldn't really find one with DK, so I just used the pattern that was on the band, which is only a 4-row repeat, and I've been knitting and knitting and knitting, and it just changes colour, and it's very, very simple, and I'm knitting it for me. The trouble is I tend to knit, I like knitting, and if anyone, but I don't think it's easy, but I just think other people won't want it, so if anyone says, oh, would you make me this, I say yes, and then I put mine behind because I need to get theirs done. And I'm terrible for seeing a new project and putting one aside because I see a new wool or a new pattern and I want to work with that. So anyway, they're the only two I'm working on. There was a pair of socks that I did ages ago. I did one and I couldn't work out how to do it. I have it here. It was part of a knit along that was being done for, oh gosh, what's the name of the podcast? She's so lovely and I can't think of her name. And she loves bees, and it was a bee related knit along, and I was going to do these socks, but I couldn't work out how to do the little bees. And then a very nice lady on Ravelry, it's a free pattern, and she tried the pattern and she redid the little section that had these little bees on and sent me how she'd done it. So I feel I should do it, but I've done one and it was just all so awful. I think I should unpick the whole thing, maybe use the wool for something else, because it's really lovely. And I had the wool from a lady who doesn't do dyeing anymore, and I should put her name in. I'm not very good at this. It's not as easy as it looks. I put so many notes down, but failing already. And so anyway, and I don't know what to do with those socks. I might just redo the whole thing or do them as something else. So they're the only two knitting projects I've got at the moment, but that doesn't mean they're the only knitting projects I'm going to do, because actually I've got notes here because I knew I'd forget. My son is living in New Zealand at the moment, and he sent me for Christmas 2 balls of New Zealand wool. It's from Wild Earth Yarns, and the colour is stone and granite, and they're undyed yarns, natural yarns, which I've never used before. And I'm going to knit the Snow Votter by Lindsay Scary. They're colourwork mittens, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. So I'm going to try not to have too many works in progress, so I'm going to try and get the other 2 finished first. Although mittens and it's winter, maybe I'll start these and have 3. That would be alright. But also I've ordered some yarn from Amazon, because it was the cheapest on Amazon, for this little jumper, which is, I knitted this for my grandson. He's 4 now, but when he was little, very little, he's still little. And my daughter's friend in work would like her grandson to have one, so I've said I would knit it, and it's very similar wool to this, and it knits as a Fair Isle, although you're not actually doing any Fair Isle, so that's quite easy. So it looks clever, and it's got this little rat neck, which is lovely to get over their heads. So I'm going to do that as well when the wool comes. So maybe I should have 4 works in progress, but try and anyway, that might be 4. So that's all my knitting plans. Maybe if I do another one of these, I'll push myself to do it, because I shall be so ashamed if those sleeves don't get done. And it's nice weather for a winter jumper cardigan. It would be lovely and snuggly. So, sewing. I've only really started learning to sew for about a year or so, and I know some people on these podcasts haven't been sewing for long, and they're really clever. I'm not so clever, but I'm enthusiastic, and I'm learning most of it through online, watching other people's podcasts where they do tutorials, and it's wonderful because I follow those, and it makes it so much easier, because sometimes the pattern, you just read it and I haven't got a clue. So anyway, my next project is going to be a Valentine's Day dress, and I ordered, I've got my stuff over here, I ordered some fabric from Fabrics Galore. See, I did do some notes. This in their sale, and this is the Line of Hearts, and I ordered 1.5 meters because it was in half meter increments. So I thought, I'm hoping 1.5 meters will make a dress. Well, 1.5 meters, yes, I'm sure it will. But I don't know what to do. And when I started sewing, my plan was to go through this book like a lot of other people have done, And I did the pyjama bottoms and I did the skirt, the Delphine skirt, although the waist stood up a bit strangely. I think I need to adjust it. I haven't actually made any sewing adjustments on anything yet. Far too scary. So I'm thinking I might make the Megan dress there, because that is actually the next thing to make after the Delphine. So she obviously thinks I'd be capable of doing that. So I might do that, or I might do this one, which is the New Look K6262 versions A or B. I don't know if that's right, because that I like that sort of style. I'm not sure if I'd want the sleeves, because at least with that you can put a cardigan on, and it will be February, so maybe I'll do that. So that's my sewing plans. Trouble with sewing, you need so much more time. Like knitting, you can just sit and do anywhere, and you have to have a block of time. So I'm going to have to make a block of time, because I really want to start sewing my own things. And so I haven't got anything crochet at the moment. And my other plans, other than knitting and sewing, is I plan to have a Mary Berry year. I love Mary Berry. I like following her cooking recipes, because they always seem to work, or nearly always, and the ingredients she uses are things that I've heard of, that I know where to get, that aren't really weird things that you're not going to use again. So I like her books. And for Christmas I bought my daughter this book, Mary's Household Tips and Tricks, and I liked it so much I ordered one for me as well. But I had to hide it away, because I didn't want my daughter to come over and see it and want to borrow it, or decide she wanted to buy one herself. So I haven't really been able to look at it very much. But I'm going to go through that and sort my house out. We've lived here for about 4 years now, and we bought it off the family of an elderly couple who had sadly passed away. So it was quite dated and it needed quite a lot of work, and it's sort of halted a bit, and we've done quite a lot, but every room needs a little bit more. So I'm going to try this year to get those things done, and also follow some of her tips on cleaning and configuring and wardrobe wisdom and all sorts of things. Now, if this book is anything like her cookery books, then it's going to be well used by me and a very good read. I'm also going to do at least one Mary Berry cooking recipe every week. I'm just going to experiment, because we tend to eat the same things over and over again. It gets a bit boring. So I'm going to make, and I have 4 of Mary Berry's books. I've got the Mary Berry How to Cook. That's given to me by somebody else. And I've got the At Home. And I've got the One Step Ahead. That's odd backwards. And Mary Berry's Cookery Course. So I shouldn't be stuck for recipes. I should have lots of recipes to choose from. I have made some, and my daughter loves the lemon drizzle cake, so I've made that quite often. And there was a fruit loaf, I think it was a builder's fruit loaf, that's really nice, so I've made that. And in work they like me to take things in cake wise, so I can make cakes and take those in. But also I want to do things for our evening meal and things like that, so I'm going to have a go at that, and I shall share that with you, and possibly even show you when I'm making things. You can see the disaster that occurs. And so anyway, I was just saying about my recipes, so I'm going to try and do that, and I might try and film them as I do some of them, and see how they turn out, because I enjoy watching other podcasts do that. But the last bit I was saying that got missed off was that the part of Wales we live in South Wales, is very countrified. It's really beautiful, and we're lucky enough where we live. Behind our house there are some woods, and you can walk through the woods and onto the cycle path that runs all through Wales, and some really pretty walks through there. And also, just not far away, we have the lovely beaches, and we've got woods and common ground and lots of places we can go for walks, and big country houses and things. And I think we take them for granted because they're local to us, but I think I'll try and take you along on some of our dog walks. We've got an old English sheepdog called Charlie, and she will be quite happy to go out with me, so I can film some footage for you. So anyway, I hope you all have a lovely Happy New Year, and if you do happen across this podcast and enjoy it, that would be very good. And I haven't uploaded a video to YouTube before, so I think you can subscribe, and also if you could leave a comment, only nice ones please, that would be lovely. And I shall hopefully make another one again soon. Bye for now.